Welcome back, all my Minecrafting friends. This is the episode 3 player update of the June 2015 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. Little House on the Prairie. Let's see what is going on here. Okay. Well, episode 3 was pretty interesting. There was one death. Let's start with Felonious Wizard. Felonious Wizard went to the village and bought carrots and potatoes. On the way back, he picked up some eggs. He made pie, several of them. He worked on his... No, he made a farm. And then he did some mining at night. Next we have Outfoxed. He did some farming, harvested some wheat and made bread. He was trapped in his house for a little while by a hostile mob. I don't have it written down here what kind it was, but then he eventually got out, and his crops are growing good, and he did some mining. Maybe he didn't get out. Maybe he stayed in. But his crops are growing. So that's good. Next we have Derp Guru. She posted 3 episodes, and I watched all of them, but I only have notes for episode 3, where she picked up some apples from tree cutting, of course. She expanded the fenced area that she has, and then she did some mining. Next we have Kid Awesome 2, which is the father and son team. They started out underground doing some mining. Then one of them went to the village. No, both of them went to the village. That's right. They both went to the village and bought carrots. Nighttime came and they ran out of the village. Mobs chasing them. Barely made a little stone shack before the mobs got him. But the mobs didn't get him before the mobs had a chance to get him. Look, there's a witch right over there. Of course, she is way out of range. If a spider comes by, I'm going to have to jump down because I do not want to get knocked off of here. Okay, next we have Conquering. Conquering has a farm, but her farm has no torches, so it's only growing during the day. She cut some trees and she got an apple. She did some mining and she got some iron, but she could not find any gold. Next we have Technoscribe. Technoscribe was trapped by a creeper for a little while, but then she got out and she was shearing sheep for wool. She made another farm. This is her second farm. And then at night she did some mining and she found a ravine, which she did a little exploring in the ravine. Very little. Okay, next we have the team of Ron Smalek and 8-Bit Dame. They made cakes on day 3. They were having a stormy time on their server. One of their chickens got hit by lightning. They started building our little house, and it is little. Let me tell you, smallest house I think I've seen in the challenge so far. They did some farming, and that was it. Okay, next we have Jade LF. Jade was cutting trees, got apples. She harvested some wheat. She did some mining. She found diamonds and 15 gold. That's right, 15 gold. So she's rich. She can buy whatever she wants tomorrow or in the next episode. Next we have Velk. Velk was cutting trees. He ran over to the village just to check it out. Didn't buy anything. Didn't have any gold yet. Came back and did some farming. Then he went mining. Ran into an abandoned mine shaft. Found some gold. and diamonds. So, Velka's rich also. Next we have Johnny Raichu. If you remember, he died in episode 2, but he restarted, and he's starting a challenge over with a 2-day handicap. Of course, he's not in any kind of official competition with the rest of us, but you know, he's having fun, and we're open to that. So next we have Smithy MC. Smithy finished up his armor at the beginning of the episode, his full iron armor. He was cutting trees and he got some apples, and then at night he was mining. Next we have New Azusa. New Azusa expanded his farm area. He cut some trees, he did some farming, he got apples, he made bread, he expanded his house, and that was it. Next we have Philbin 3. Philbin 3 had a pretty short episode. He starved to death, and that was about it. Next we have Tim Obert, also known as Captain Hook 5150. He made bread, he cut trees, he did some farming, he did some mining, and he got iron, quite a bit of iron, and gold. Next we have Nova Cookie 232. He made bread, he built a second farm, he did some mining, he put steps in his mine so he doesn't have to use up all his hunger running up and down. He found gold and a lot of iron. So lots of people are getting gold. I don't have any gold. Okay, next we have the team of the Gopher Crafters, which is Pulse, Scotty Garbitas, Nathan Pelton, also known as Basket MC, and Piker Eyes. In day 3, they are battling hunger. Although Piker Eyes cut down a lot of trees and got some apples. I think Nathan was mining. Scotty was out looking for pumpkins. Spent the whole episode out exploring, did not find any pumpkins. Okay, next we have Black Belt Crafter. He went to the village and bought vegetables. He picked out a spot to build his homestead. He made a farm, and then at night he went mining. Next we have Ben of the Sell In Gaming channel. He bought potatoes from the village. He did some farming. He cut down trees, and he made a farm on a lake. He hasn't planted it yet, but he's got the dirt all laid out. Next we have Ias the Bad. Ias the Bad did some farming, made bread. He bought vegetables from the village. He went mining and found more gold, and he did some caving. Next we have Life with Teens. Life with Teens accidentally drowned her chicken, you know, but hey, accidents happen. Caught some more chickens. She found an apple. She baked bread, and she did some mining. Next we have Baker Bell. Baker Bell has got all diamond tools now. She's outfitted. She found pumpkins. She went to the village and bought vegetables. She also bought a saddle, so if she finds a horse, she can really travel fast. And at night she was running around trying to cut down trees and harvest and get saplings, but also running away from zombies at the same time. So next we have J Gas Mom. J Gas Mom made a fenced area. She made bread. She made a new farm with the water block underneath, and in order for your farm to be hydrated, the water block has got to be on the same level as the farmland, not on the level below, so that's not going to work. She did some mining, and she found gold. So she can go back and... Oh, okay. Yeah, she hasn't been to the village yet. She found gold. So she can go to the village next episode. Next we have Andy Doan. Rhymes with zone. Okay. He did some farming. He made pie. He started building his house into the side of a hill. He's trapped by a witch. At the end of his episode, there was a witch outside his door. I don't know how he's going to get past her. The first half of his episode, he was running around after he made the pies. He made 6 pies, and instead of eating them and regenning, he was just running around with 1 heart, for about half the episode, with food in his inventory, but not regenning. But he finally did get around to eating a couple of pies and regenning his hearts back. I think he's regen half of them back, and now he's not regenning anymore. So, dude, you need to eat your food and keep your hearts up, because you never know when you might need them. Okay, next we have Master Rudy. Master Rudy's cutting trees. He expanded his house. He got an apple. And, let's see. Yeah, I think that was it. Next we have Boone Slayer. Boone Slayer also cutting trees, did some farming, made bread, and did some mining. Next we have the solo world of Ron Smalek. He brought a chicken inside his house, his underground house there, and then he went out and got 2 more chickens and let them back. And he is having a hard time leading chickens because he keeps getting out of range. As soon as you get so many blocks away, they're going to lose interest, and then when you head back to pick them back up again, once they lose interest, they're not going to be interested for a few seconds. They don't just instantly go back. They ignore you for a while. But he did get more chickens back into his house, and he's got them all in a nice little chicken pit now. For a little while there, he had a creeper in his pond, and then his pond leads into his house, and it's like a straight shot down these 2 water streams. So anything that jumps in the pond could just go right into his house. And a zombie jumped in the pond, and I think he figured that out, and he blocked it all off. He also did get some milk. I think he got 2 buckets of milk on day 3. Next we have Granny's Got Game. Granny started out by mining. Then she came up on the surface and collected a bunch of seeds. And as night was falling and the zombies and the mobs were coming out, she dug into... she's building her base on this little island, and she was digging out just under the surface at there at the dirt stone level, digging out an area for her little hideout. And finally we have the team of Boo Games and Uncrowned. At the beginning of the episode, Boo had only 1 haunch and was standing in a corner. Uncrowned went to the village to try to buy potatoes, but he couldn't find the potatoes. The potatoes are in the farm that is up on top, at the higher elevation. The lower farms just have wheat and carrots. But he did eventually find the potatoes. I think he bought potatoes and carrots, and he also bought the bread out of the chest and brought it back for Boo. And then they were cutting trees. They got a couple of apples. At night they went down and explored an abandoned mine shaft that they found in a prior episode, and played some peekaboo with some mobs down there. A couple of creepers blew up, but they survived. They also found more gold, and by the end of the episode, they both had full armor. So they're doing good. And see, what did I do in my episode? Oh, my wheat crop came in. So if you want to know how to grow wheat, take a look at my episode. You got to have rows of wheat with space in between them, and the space in the empty row in between can either be other crops or it can be fallow cropland. But it should not be water blocks, and it should not be just dirt or grass. Okay, it needs to be cropland in between your rows of wheat, and that cropland can either be fallow or planted with potatoes or carrots. And you also have to have torches, and you have to have a water block within 4 horizontal blocks of your wheat farm. Uh-oh, spider's coming up. Oh no, it's daytime. He can't be hostile. No, he's not. He's just down there. Okay. Well, this is Mike Deering signing out. I will see you all in episode 4.